It's the only bone in the body that doesn't articulate with another bone. It hangs there by itself, and it's suspended by little muscles that go up to the skull and down to the collarbone. And so make sure that's not what you're feeling. The hyoid bone's a little higher up under the chin, and some people, though, can drop lower. So here's the hyoid bone. I'm on the two ends of it right here. But the cartilage is below that, and the very peak of the Adam's apple, which is often not very prominent at all in women. It's more prominent in men, right? But in women, you can still find it. It's not as visible. So you have to search around a little bit more in many cases. That's the level of this next point, large intestine 18. Two schools of thought. Either follow the crease, which is not the school of thought I subscribe to, or stay level. Just stay level with that. Go lateral until you reach the sternocleidomastoid. Now the sternocleidomastoid muscle has two heads. I'll show you guys on this side over here. So here's the peak of the cartilage. I'm going to go straight lateral until I reach the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Sternocleidomastoid muscle has two heads. One head attaches to the clavicle. One head attaches to the manubrium portion of the sternum. And there's a split in between those two muscles that you can feel here at the level of large intestine 18. That's where you want to be, in the split between those two muscles. Now, to the touch, for a beginner, this just feels like one big round muscle. One big round muscle. So here's what I suggest you do, and this is actually the way I do it. I pinch the muscle with my middle finger and thumb, and then I insert my index finger in the middle of the muscle to find that split. So here we go. Pinch the muscle up, insert the index finger between the halfway between my fingers, and I can get right in the split between the two muscles. Now, what am I feeling here? I'm feeling a transverse process of one of the vertebrae, and I'm just going to needle pretty much straight towards that transverse process that I feel there. And that's large intestine 18. It's one of the so-called window of heaven points, or window to the sky points that are mentioned in the classics, but only a few of them, and they multiplied until every channel seems to have a window of heaven point now. Every channel that goes through the neck region. And the five element people ascribe a lot of emotional, mental stuff to these window of heaven points in the neck. And they have very specific mental, emotional presentations that a patient comes with, and you would choose large intestine 18, for example. That's not borne out by research into the classics, that these points have anything to do with moods and emotions and mental states, but it's something that another style thinks highly of, and I don't know where that came from. Worsley, who was the originator of the five element style in England, studied in Taiwan, and he studied maybe some in mainland China too, I don't recall. But he's the one that promoted the idea of these window of heaven points being used for mental, emotional issues, and we don't really have that here at the school. We don't have that kind of emphasis on those points. But these points are really good for structural issues and functional issues in the neck region itself.